Hello, and welcome back to the next episode in our Pillars of Eternity campaign, playing as Kasemir the Cipher. We've just freed Pernisk from captivity in his home. He was being impersonated by the wizard Nirid, who was stealing Svef from his house. But we also discovered that Pernisk himself was a Svef dealer, and he just got into a bit of debt, which is why Nirid was sent by his supplier to beat up Pernisk and take over his house and use it as a Svef den, essentially. But we're gonna go back now to Kenra and tell her what's happened. And that'll wrap up this quest. And then I guess we'll start exploring the catacombs after we rest at the inn or something. Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, Nirid's body. Even though he's in our dungeon. Okay. Alright. Looks like all the addicts have cleared out in the kerfuffle and combat. They're probably not too happy that their supply is now in question. Although it sounds like Pernisk intends to go back to his old ways of dealing in Svef, unless Kenra can convince him otherwise. That's if she even wants to take him back. She may not. But we should tell her the truth, I think. There she is, Kenra. Alright. Kenra looks up at you as you approach. What happened with Pernisk? Did you give him the ring? So he can lie and say he was being imprisoned by a powerful wizard upstairs and impersonated, and that I've released him. I mean, that's not really a lie, that's all true, it's just not the whole truth. We can also be honest, say he was being impersonated by a powerful wizard. However, the real Pernisk also deals Svef. I think we'll be honest. She deserves to know. She covers her mouth with her hand, shocked. Pernisk? My Pernisk is a Svef dealer? If I didn't know you for an honest man. That's because we have a good reputation of being honest, apparently. I didn't think we've been that honest that much, but I guess we have. She brings her fist down on the table, sloshing her drink. Damn it! How can I trust him after something like this? That he's lied to me for this long. She runs her hands through her hair and takes a deep breath. I should just be glad I found out about this before the wedding. Right now he needs help and forgiveness. I don't know if he needs forgiveness necessarily. He certainly needs help. And he does really love you. But then again, you would be smart to stay away from him. But maybe you can help him. I don't know. Let's be benevolent. I'm in a benevolent mood. Perhaps you're right, she sighs. If our positions were reversed, there's no question he'd give me another chance. Still, we've got a lot to work through. Yeah, give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, turn your tail and head for the hills, I guess. We get a bit more positive rep. Oh, and take this. She unclasps something from her neck. Picked it up from one of the merchants to help me stand firm in my decision. I'll be fine without it now. Unwavering resolve. Added to inventory. We get a bunch of experience. Nice. Not enough to level, though. We're pretty close, though. Unwavering resolve. +2 intellect, +1 resolve. I don't know who that would be the most useful for. So he's already got Hermit's Hat, which is +2 intellect. Adair doesn't really need intellect. May as well equip that to someone. Let's equip it to Kana, maybe. +2 intellect and +1 resolve. Having Aloth have an endurance bonus is pointless, so we may as well give him the unwavering resolve necklace. Young Tolino Keel and his father were ambushed by Vithrak whilst on their way to Twin Elms. Before the child even registered the strange arachnids, his father thrust something into his hands and told him to run. As he turned to flee, the creatures blasted him with psionic energy. Tolino's mind reeled, nearly overcome by the insidious power. Suddenly, he was pulled back to his immediate surroundings, half sprinting, half stumbling away from the Vithrak and his stricken father. Tolino made it to the edge of town before he collapsed. The town guards were baffled at how the child had withstood the attack. The item his father had given him was an old silver medallion. It was badly worn and missing its chain, and the words, do not yield to fear, were barely visible upon its surface. As soon as he came of age, Tolino joined the personal guard of a local thane. When he did, he strung it on a thin silver chain, and commissioned a priest to enchant the medallion with additional protective wards. Tolino went missing years later, whilst on an expedition in the White March. Yeah, alright, we'll just stash that one then. Now, from memory, you can only get one set of bonuses from gear, I think. So, Aloth has 16 might, 16 intelligence. We give him that necklace, he has 18. But if we were to give him the helmet as well, he still only has 18. So it's just... Let's see what he has now. So that's perception. Yeah. And he doesn't get... Oh, he does get the perception bonus. Okay. So, in the gear slots, and I think that's all the gear slots, you can only boost one stat once. So, like, you can't stack all of these gear slots with intellect to get his intellect super high. Which is fine. It's, you know, whatever. It's neither here nor there. Where did that come from, though? I was wearing that one. And you can take that one. So, yeah, alright. He's got good intellect now, though. So, that's all good in the hood. We should try get, not Durance, Kana, you know, getting him a boost to intellect would also be good. Pernisk and I have a lot to work through now. Indeed you do. But anyway, that's good. That's a quest complete. So, I think next on... Oh, actually, we should... Let's rest here.
Hello.
Could I get a room? And I think... Lasts for 2 rests. Intellect and law. Perception and resolve. Is it worth the money? Well, we've got a lot of money. 2 dexterity, 1 survival, 10 defense when disengaging. I wish this one boosted a attribute as well. Like perception or might. The mechanics boost is nice though. And the ranged accuracy is nice. Let's just sleep in the common room. Save on the clink. And we should check our... I found Nirid Copperlane, a hired thug impersonating a Svef dealer who owed a debt to his supplier. He was using the identity to sell Svef and thereby recoup the supplier's losses. I think we should boost security. Are we waiting on something being built? At the moment? Yeah, 8 hours. Oh, and we can hire some hirelings. Alright, let's hire the Gold Pack Knight, the Mind Striker. Let's see, 8 and 13. the Berathite Cleric. How many do we have? 5 of 8. The Valian Shock Mage. That's 7 of 8. Let's get the Berathite Cleric as well. So we've got everyone except the Rawatai Linebreaker, Orderless Disciple, and the Blooded Thug. I wanted to keep security fairly high. And prestige being high as well is good. I think it's worthwhile hiring them. Hopefully. Hopefully that's true. Alright. Let's exit. I mean, we should be collecting tax revenue, and hopefully the tax revenue more than covers the cost of the hirelings. Time will tell, I suppose. Okay. I'm just wondering now. Thinking I should buy that hat that increased intellect by 2. Who sold it again? I think it wasn't you. It was it Nama or
Hello.
Or Egan? Must have been Igran. Sorry.
Good day, stranger.
Or maybe it wasn't. It was the Dunrid Demon. Yeah, 2 intellect. It's only 3k. It's not that expensive. But we will get discounts when our reputation goes up by questing in Defiant Space. So maybe we should do that. We need to head down here. I don't think I explored this area. I think I did there and I did all there, but I don't think I did here. Or did I? Yeah, no, I don't think I did.
Let's see what lies this way.
Doesn't look familiar. Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I did quickly run through here. Psst! Over here, mister! Alright. Geordie. What's going on? A young boy watches the passers-by and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Hey, mister, wanna know a secret? He wipes his nose with a sleeve. I know a real good secret. Careful. I've traveled the continent, and the hardest bargains still come from my 7-year-old. Yeah, right. I'm sure a squeaky-voiced kid knows amazing things about this city. No, I promise. It's a really good secret. He scampers in front of you and starts talking rapidly. I know this place where people hide things. Really special things. If you help me, I promise I'll show you. Help you with what? Geordie's voice suddenly rises in pitch and tempo. The Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around, except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore. I don't know why I gave him this accent. I don't even know what accent I'm doing. I think is it Queens or Boston or I don't know, some American accent. Bad one, I guess. He stops long enough to catch his breath. Anyway, there's this merchant over by the Expedition Hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel. His eyes grow large and round. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kinds of steel. I know how the Crucible Knights make them in a forge. I know that the tip can pierce low-gauge scale armor. That one that's good... Oh, that one that's good and sharp can cut through bone. See, I know plenty about daggers, and I really, really want this one. And if you could just get it for me, I promise I'll never ever ask anyone for anything ever again. I used to have a knife when I was his age. I don't know a better way to learn what you should and shouldn't stab. I say we give him a chance. Grab him by the shirt, hold him above my head, and then say, how about you tell me that secret right now before I get angry? You can't have a dagger, you'll poke your eye out. Yeah, you're too young to play with knives. I'm sure your parents told you that or you wouldn't be asking me. But if I'm going to be a real warrior, I have to start training young. Just like the heroes in the stories. I just know I was a great warrior in a previous life. My mom even says I have an old soul. Alright, fine, I'll help you. Geordie jumps up and down, whooping and hollering. I knew a real adventurer would understand. He points to a large building. There's a big merchant over by Admeth's Den who sells weapons. He's the one with the dagger. I'll wait right here for you. His gap-toothed grin stretches from ear to ear. Alright. Geordie bounces on the pavement. Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it? I don't have it yet. You know what they look like, right? Real Crucible Knights daggers have a special seal on the pommel. Also, you can tell March Steel from Whifflin Steel because Whifflin Steel has this wavy pattern, and March Steel doesn't have a pattern at all. Geordie trails off, rambling about the various types of steel, and no longer paying you any mind. Alright. Let's head to the marketplace. And I assume it's again Igrin.
How do you do?
Anything in particular you'd like to see? Yes, I'm looking for a particular dagger made of March Steel. Just like the Crucible Knights use. Let me guess, you've been talking to that kid, right? He laughs and shakes his head. I'd be tempted to sell it to you anyways, and let the little rascal learn his lesson. But a pack of adventurers already took it off my hands. Yeah, if March Steel daggers are only given to Crucible Knights, how did you get your hands on one? Igrin pauses mid-polish, his cloth slowing over the blade. A lot of steel passes through my hands, friend. I don't make it my business to ask where it all comes from. If you give me a small discount at your store, the Crucible Knights don't need to know where it came from either. He grunts and rolls his eyes. Fine, 5% to avoid the hassle. Last thing I need is a shakedown from them, what with my stall being so close to Admeth's Den and the dozens. Anything in particular you'd like to see? Yeah, tell me more about the dagger. He oils the cloth in his hand. Made out of a high-purity iron ore that comes out of the White March Mountains. Traditionally, the smiths at the Crucible Keeper smelted it into daggers and swords, which they only give to the Knights of the Crucible. Of course, I'd be surprised if that kid didn't already tell you all of this. He grins. And the adventurers you sold it to, where are they now? Folk like that only visit Copperlane to crew up at Admeth's Den Expedition Hall, or down a pint at the Goose and Fox. And since they weren't headed into the den, well, you've got my best guess. Alright, so they're in the Goose and Fox. What do you have for sale? So, I assume the prices have gone down by 5%. Yeah, it's like 100 copper less, if that. Okay, let's head to the Goose and Fox. And goose my fox. Or fox my goose. Let's ask the innkeeper.
Good day to you.
Do you know anything about a March Steel dagger? He raises his eyebrows. Haven't seen anything like that cross my bar, that's for sure. He thumps the smooth wooden countertop. But I wouldn't wager against someone here having a blade like that. Check upstairs. I saw a group head that way not long ago, carrying plenty of steel. Alright, up we go. Okay. Oh, it's these guys. It's these guys. Alright. They just got back from the Black Meadow and also Anslug's Compass, which was the best visit by land. Too many ships been wrecked by the reefs there. Alright.
Well met,
Two-tone
friend.
Wexel. Back again, I see. Did you buy a March Steel dagger from Igrin? He displays the blade on a flat palm. I did, and a fine piece it is. I don't know of any more circulating in the city. Outside the steel in the Crucible Keep, of course. I was trying to get it for a kid named Geordie. He blinks and kicks his feet off the table. A kid? This isn't a toy, you know. Get him a wooden sword. The Orlan woman leans over and punches his arm. Come on, Wexel, if our friend here is willing to pay, what's the harm? Plenty, actually. That kid'll probably poke his eye out. Besides, I plan to use this dagger. I say, so I could just attack them all. How much would it take for you to change your mind? He turns the blade in the light, admiring it. Seeing as how there's a sudden demand for this one, 100 pounds seems fair. Well, I'm not going to make a deal. I'll use my smarts. Demand isn't as high as you think. Chances are good that dagger was stolen or looted off one of the knights. In that case, I'm probably doing you a favor. He frowns. Can't be too careful around the authorities these days, especially as an all-in. Fine, I'll sell it, but not for less than 50. I'm getting my money back at the very least. Alright, deal. He hands you the dagger, hilt first. Pleasure doing business with you. Oh, we get a bit of experience for just that. Cool. Yeah, totally not worth fighting them all over a dagger for a kid. Alright. Here you go, Geordie. Geordie bounces on the pavement. Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it? And then just, like, intimidate him now. I've got the dagger right here. Geordie stops bouncing and stares at it, gaping in awe. It's so sharp. Toss him the dagger. Don't kill yourself or anything. No, I'll just give it to him. A deal's a deal. Here you go. He snatches it out of the air, heedless of anything else. He yanks it out of its sheath and holds the blade up to the light. I'm going to be just like the Crucible Knights. He saws and chops at the air. So we get a bunch of XP. He flips the weapon into the air and grabs the hilt, almost slicing his palm open in the process. His eyes dart away from yours as he sheaths the dagger. So, about that secret. Geordie puts his hand up to his mouth and whispers loudly. I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as March's steel dagger, though. Great secret. I already knew that. Tell me something else. Yeah, I found that already. He scratches his head and wrinkles his brow. Sometimes my dad goes to Andra's gift without telling my mom. Some place called the Salty Mast. Ha! There's a secret worth some investigation. And that's amazing. Here's a secret for you. Your dad doesn't love you or your mother. Thanks for wasting my time, you little dolt. Nah, I won't say that. Thank you for telling me, Geordie. Bye! See you later, Geordie. Watch this! Geordie spins and slashes with his dagger, barely missing his own arm. Yeah, that kid's gonna kill himself. Sacred skin added. What is this? What is this? Rewards 15% experience, green stained boots, minor item. Scouts from the twice split Arrows tribe claim that a deranged elven druid stormed into one of Erglanfath's smaller western ruins and absconded with the hide of an enormous bear that the tribe hunted down 5 generations ago. The tribe of outcasts has been unable to locate the druid, and they've received no help from their fellow Glanfathans. I have no companions at the stronghold to assign, though. What am I to do? Alright, so. Let's head to, I think, the Catacombs, which are down this way. Skinflint. Imagine having a name like Skinflint. You know, I wonder if you can attack and kill the backer NPCs. I just want to try it. Okay, you can, and you can pretty much annihilate them and then steal all their stuff, but I doubt they have any good unique loot. Let's just load that quick save, because I didn't actually want to kill him. being a skinflint doesn't necessarily deserve the punishment of death.
Margrin's fire casts light in dark places.
Alright, so we have entered the Catacombs, and we have to search for Rowena. And we have to go to the Temple of Woodica, which is found in a district called First Fires. Alright,
Sure.
that's for the main quest. Viscous, foul-smelling sludge ebbs in the trench. Or ebbs in the trench, yeah. Okay, alright. We have a dead initiate here. As you approach the dead man, you can feel the faint traces of his soul lingering, a stunned uncertainty holding it in place. When you near, without warning, the soul hurries toward you, as though you were a solitary light in the dank gloom of this place, come to usher it away. Its essence invades your consciousness. You are in a different body now, walking deeper into the catacombs, cloaked in a dark robe with a mask pulled over your face. You're following a familiar path along the canal, heading to a room built around a statue of a figure wearing a robe much like yours. Others await, clothed in hoods and shadows. Ahead is another figure dressed like you, traveling in the same direction. You don't know his name, and that's how it's supposed to be. Out of the darkness, something monstrous grabs the other figure. You turn to flee, but find yourself face to face with a troll. The panic pounding through your brain is interrupted by razor-edged teeth and claws. You snap yourself out of the dead man's memory. The corpse lies on the damp and grimy ground. His hood and mask are missing, and his clothes are shredded. Sagani draws up next to you. You alright? Looked almost like you'd lost your footing for a minute. Yeah, it feels that way when I see into the ether. She watches you quietly. You really are a watcher, aren't you? Once in a great many generations, one of my people is born with the ability to speak to souls. Usually such individuals become elders, or a lone set of tracks in the snow. She cocks her head. I would have thought my journey would be easier if I could see what you see. But looking at you, I'm not so sure. This gift is a curse, my abilities are a blessing. Yeah, neither am I. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty useful. I think they're a blessing. Until they make you go mad, anyway. Believe it or not, I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked. Yeah, right. Okay. I once would have rejoiced to know I'd be picked to travel far in search of something great. But even these gifts come with a cost, don't they? Forgive me if I was a little skeptical of your abilities before. I can't say I've met a real watcher before. Oh, don't worry about him. He just likes doing that from time to time. Seems to cheer him up, so I just let him. Once you've seen it a few times, the shock wears off. Every time he goes a little strange in the face, I try and see if I can hear anything. Kana grins. It hasn't worked so far. See if you can get him to tell you what the spirits said. Alright.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
So we've got something here. We've got some oozes. Oozing around doing their thing. Big ooze and a small ooze. And a little ooze. Alright, let's go whack that. And maybe Aloth can just do that. Alright, that was fairly straightforward. We get a bunch of loot, including a potion of spirit shield.
I'll see what I can find.
Some Valoon in there. And some copper. Alright, more black ooze. Oh crap, let's try to finish that off actually.
Hey.
Go. Yes, alright. Did that knock him down? Can't actually tell. But let's get everyone. Oh. Might as well mark him. Hobble him as well. Alright, it's the troll taken care of.
Right. Nice and slow.
More black
Let's
ooze.
go.
And some of us leveled up,
Slow and
which is good.
Margaret's fire casts light.
What am I trying to do? These catacombs are quite long.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal. Durant's getting hit too much there.
Hey.
Keeping quiet.
I'm on the trail.
Alright, that's the end there. We can go up this way. There's a room here. And that goes to the Temple of Woodica, which is what we're looking for, but I think we might go to First Fires before we traverse down into the Temple of Woodica. Just in case, like, it might be good to arm ourselves with some information as to what we'd actually be facing if we went down into the temple. Just trying to position ourselves. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, let's draw them in.
Aye.
Can we just mind blade them? That didn't do much at all.
Let's go. Sure.
Alright.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
Okay, oh, that's a lot of them. Gotta kill that wizard. Let's get Sagani to hobble the fighter.
Ready, Watcher.
Fact, let's charm that. Do that. Can we hold that one? Ooh. Ah, wow. Damn, they got Adair and me. Should I summon three? Let's see if we can go knock that one down. Alright.
Hey.
Their wizards really, with their bouncing Minolettas, really did a number on us.
Hello? Hello?
There's a pistol there. Ooh, hoo hoo. Okay.
Worth a look.
Good that I scouted ahead a bit, I guess. Helig of Thane, alright. We'll go back to him.
Huh?
Wasn't that the guy that Dalton mentioned or something? Pretty sure it was.
Laying low.
Just want to see if there's any hidden loot anywhere in here, but it doesn't look like it. Just in case there's more traps.
Worth a look.
I've gotten very close to triggering traps. There we go, we're all leveling up now. There you go, all of us have levels. Is this one also going to be to the Helig of Thane? Yeah, it goes all the way around. All right. Well, let's do our levels. Get a point in mechanics. Should we get a point in stealth? Yeah. I think we'll just save for more mechanics. We can get another power. I don't know what to get. Ectopsychic Echo, which is a beam that does crush damage. Causes crush damage to enemies caught between myself and an ally. Fractured Volition, hobbles and weakens. Puppet Master dominates for 20 seconds. Secret Horrors, frightens and sickens. Phantom Foes, minus 10 enemies needed to flank for 29 seconds. Psycho-Vampiric Shield, minus 10 resolve, plus 25 deflection. Not as useful for our ranged Cipher. 30% of all damage reapplied over 17 seconds. Eye Strike might be good. Foe target. I think we'll get Eye Strike. It's cheap as well. Alright. And what do we want to use here? Plus 10 max focus, or stuns anyone that tries to use a will attack on us. We could get penetrating shot, or we could get gunner or marksman, all of which would be useful. But so would Apprentice's sneak attack, plus 15% range damage against anyone who I can get a sneak attack against, which is anyone who's got an affliction, basically. So I'm sort of inclined to use that. The alternative is to get one of these ones. Or plus 5 accuracy. I think we'll go with the Apprentice's sneak attack on this one. Eye Strike seems fairly useful. For Aloth, I don't think we need to lean into lore with him anymore, so we'll just lean into survival. We can get him up to the bonus damage one, maybe. For his spells, Expose Vulnerability is pretty good. Or Crackling Bolt. No, I don't think that one's that good. Expose Vulnerabilities seems pretty good. I mean, all of these can be bought anyway if you find them in a grimoire. Arcane Veil, 50 deflection, or Grimoire Slam. For crush damage. Or we could likewise give him a sneak attack bonus. Yeah, 15 range damage. Does that increase? I don't know if that actually increases. Alternatively, we could give him isn't there ones that increase your damage with certain, yeah, like Secrets of Rhyme, for example, or Heart of the Storm, or this one, Scion of Flame. +5 DR reduction against burn, not really important, but the 20% burn damage is nice. Marksman is also good. Maybe we'll just give him Grimoire Slam. That rounds off the wizarding unique ones. For Dare, we'll just lean into... yeah, we'll just lean into athletics. We can give him a bonus knockdown, or modifies defender to give +5 to all defenses except deflection, or rapid recovery modifies recovery. I think defender is the one to get, right? Wary defender. +5 to defenses. I think we'll go with that. For Durance, again, I think we'll start putting into survival. And for him, interdiction once per encounter, foe AoE dazed for 9.5 seconds. Or inspired flame. Or modify Holy Radiance. Everyone receives less healing from the priest's Holy Radiance, but the priest gains a bonus to all attributes and movement. Ah, right, I see. No, I don't think I'll get that one. I'm inclined to get one of these ones. Friendly aura of +4 accuracy. I don't know, the Gallant's focus one isn't bad. But Interdiction's probably better. So I'll get Interdiction, I think. And for Kana, again, we'll just lean into survival. And for this one, Invocation. Paralyze foes, summon 3 worms, or 2 will-o-wisps. Or terrify foes for 18 seconds. Or give us a number of defenses. Ah, but that's okay in particular circumstances. Charm we don't need. Even though it's an AoE charm. And I don't think that one we need either. That one's not bad. But the summoning ones are always good. And the AoE Paralyze one is also quite good. We'll grab the worms. And just trying to think what we should grab for him. Marksman, Gunner, Penetrating Shot. Or the Apprentice's Sneak Attack. Or Gallant's Focus, maybe. That might be a more appropriate one. Acolyte's Radiance. Yeah, let's give him the Gallant's Focus. I'm just trying to think. It seems better at this point. Leans into his support role a bit more. We'll give him the Gallant's Focus. Kind of does strike me as a gallant sort of character. We'll just keep leaning into survival. Did we put one in athletics? Yes. And I think... not worried about the companion ones. We've already given you Penetrating Shot, I think. So let's give you Marksman. Yeah, Marksman seems the logical next choice. Alright. So that's that done. Durance's health is still low. But his actually I'm wondering if we should maybe explore a bit more and then come back to that. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, Durance's health is low, but his endurance is fine. And he won't be in a big battle anyway,
Laying low.
unless I'm assuming that Helig of Thane guy, we have to fight him. I'm assuming. I don't know that for a fact. But
Found something.
fine male armor, cool. Okay. I thought there would be something like a bigger room up here, but I guess not.
Worth a look.
Girdle of Mortal Protection. Minus 27% crit damage taken. That seems pretty good. Who doesn't have a belt? I don't have a belt. Nor... Guess it depends on how much you're being hit with a crit. I don't know, let's just whack it on Aloth for the moment. I'll have to look into the formula for crits. I think it's if the attacker's accuracy is over your relevant defense by a certain margin, then there is a chance that it crits or it will crit. Which means that a character with very high defense stats won't get his won't get hit as often by crits. Let's explore across the bridge.
Great.
No.
Let's go.
They love going for Durance. He does tend to run up
Sure.
in front, though, to be fair.
Hello? Hello?
Something over there. I kind of want to just scout ahead a little bit. Okay. There's probably something down here. Aha. Oh no, those things mind control, don't they? From
Let's
memory.
go.
Maybe we can kill it fast enough. Yeah. Ah, cool. Our Warden's Lodge construction is finished. So let's build something that increases prestige, the chapel. Probably want something that increases prestige and security. The woodland trails would be a good one. The woodland trails surround the domain of your keep. Upgrading them will grant both a constitution and athletics bonus when resting at Bright Hollow. 3 days to do that. This will only take 2 days. Let's do the towers. The towers of Cardnua stand high above the walls of the stronghold. Upgrading the towers will grant a perception bonus when resting at Bright Hollow. It's only 800, and it gives +3 in total, so 3 days. We'll just do that one. Okay, oops, I actually have to take that one.
Let's see what lies this way.
Let's go.
Brave does.
Alright, that's unfortunate. We'll just let that troll come this way, I guess. Oh, it's really wants to go for Durance.
Dead on.
Keep running, Durance. Is there anything we can do to slow it down, maybe? Paralyze it?
Hey, you can pass.
There we go. That works.
Dead.
Call this strategy Durance baiting.
That's it.
Brave does Elon.
Oh, okay, that brought all of them. Alright. do that. And let's do that. Well, there goes Durance. Can we... Should have turned that on before. Oh, I got crushed. I mean, that is a hell of a lot of spores. Switch to that. Oh, Grimoire Slam is a melee ability. I thought it was a ranged ability. Oh no, that made the skeletons disappear. Alright, we got destroyed on that one. We'll have to reload, I think.
Nice and quiet.
Sure.
Let's try to get into a better position. Or at least a position which
Following your lead.
is more defendable, maybe? Like this.
What?
Yes?
And
Ready,
what
Watcher.
we'll do is we'll put Connor. Actually, you can keep your weapon out for now.
Following your...
No, don't! My god, you moron. What are you
Yes?
doing? You know, maybe what I can do is, as well, maybe I can, charm one of these trolls. Yes. That is a good plan. You switch to that now, maybe. And let's otherwise hit some of these fellas. Let's interdict them. And let's use that. I think we just use Meneletas again. And we'll use Mind Blaze as well. Okay, that's, some of the Spallings are
Following...
dead. think that's all going fine. That one. Alright. Is there any downside to doing that? There's not. Okay, let's use... Oh, that's very high chance of being defended. A lot of these have a very high chance of being defended. Let's use the paralyzed one. Alright, that went better. A bunch of dank spores.
Mm-hmm. Keeping quiet.
Oh, there's still another troll. And a dank spore up the back.
Great.
Guess we just paralyze it. It's probably the best way to kill it. Okay. Shh. More spallings. Just the one though. Can knock it down, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Alright, I think it's just that last dank spore left.
Brave thou be not.
Don't know if we can knock them down, but it's worth a try.
That's not very helpful.
No, anyway, it died fairly quickly. Alright.
Sure.
Find stiletto.
Take a look.
No loot from that one. A Whitaker hood. A dark mask bearing the stylized countenance of Whitaker is attached by thread to a black hood. Worn together, they obscure most of the defining features of the wearer's head. We'll take that. Could be useful. Aha. Some hidden loot. An opal. Alright, and that takes us back up here. We can check up this end. See if there's anything there. Nope. And we've done that. So it's really just this room here. And this room here. Sorry, this room here, and then Helig of Thane. Everything else we've cleared.
Yes?
Okay.
Sure.
Aeon. This small Orlan man appears to have pulled together some crates and scraps of cloth to make a rather sorry-looking little camp. The thick fur on his limbs is matted, and his clothing smeared with blackening grime. He looks startled as you enter, his eyes widening in alarm.
Welcome.
After a moment, however, he smiles weakly. Hello there! Wasn't expecting any visitors down in these parts. He glances around the dim room. What are you doing down here? Aeon grimaces. I've been a little down on my luck lately. Didn't have anywhere to stay, so I thought I'd come down here. Nobody pokes around in the catacombs much. Not until you, anyway. A sad tale, but not the whole story, I think. What are you hiding? Yeah, you're probably hiding something, I'm sure. The Orlan looks away, clearly agitated. I'm just trying to get by. There's nothing else to it. And if that isn't to your liking, there's a whole lot of catacombs out there for you to have all to yourself. And here I thought we could hole up in here together and share stories. Yeah. Aeon stares at you a moment, then snorts. I'm sure you've plenty of stories to share. Better tales than mine. Aeon nods in greeting. Anything else I can do for you? Yeah, why are you down here again, mate? I know you're down here for a reason. Tell me. If you tell me, perhaps I can help. Let's try that angle. Aeon opens his mouth to snap something. His hands balled into fists. But he thinks better of it. He shakes his head slowly, expression resigned. Aeon sighs heavily. Very well, it's true. I've been hiding from the knights down here. But it isn't what you think. He ducks his head. It was an accident. It's been hard for me, here in Defiance Bay. I suppose I thought if I got involved in city business, if I made the right friends, it would get easier in time. And it did, really. I made a name for myself. A place. People actually listen to me when I talk. Well, they used to. People can get very passionate about these things. We were discussing, I think it was shipping agreements, of all things to fight over. But this one night, this man, he got very angry. I think maybe he'd had a little too much at the inn. Aeon pauses. And I guess he didn't like an Orlan talking back at him. I struck him. He came towards me and I hit him. And he went over like a tree. I guess he struck his head on the way down. Aeon lowers his gaze and shrugs helplessly. Turns out he was a knight. The Crucible Knights won't care how it happened. They just want me gone. They won't let me live long enough to see the rope. Please. He looks at you with a pleading expression. I just want to get out of this city. The second I can get money for passage, I won't trouble anyone again. I swear it. I'll live quietly. But you can't, please, you can't tell them I'm here. I'm not sure what I want to do in respect of Aeon. And we've got a few different options here. I mean, we could give him the money, but he'll probably just disappear and we'll never see it again. We could take him to the Duke. I reckon he'll probably resist and we'll just have to kill him if we do that. Could take him prisoner in our dungeon. I think it might be worthwhile letting him go. He might, you never know, he might come back to help us in the future. He might owe us a favor. I don't really want to help the knights. For now, though, can we just say... I'll probably reload if we can't, but I just want to say your secret's safe with me. I want to think about this a bit more before I decide what to do. Aeon lets out a breath, sagging with relief. Thank you, truly. I know you're an honest man. I only wish the knights would hear you out. I'd rather just explain things. Because I want to, yeah, before he runs off, I want to ask him some questions. What can you tell me about these catacombs? Aeon smiles wryly. Haven't explored too much of it, to be honest. Got lucky finding this little corner of it. But let me think. Well, the canal there, that's Grogan's canal. Grogan was the dwarf that planned the whole thing. It runs up through to Ondra's gift, spills out into the sea over there. Otherwise, it's just a lot of bones. There's the Warrens, for people that couldn't afford better, but it's all flooded now. The fancier folks, they have their own resting places down here. Drier places. The Dukes of the Deerwood are down here, actually, if you want to pay your respects. And have you seen a woman named Rowena? Aeon shakes his head. Sorry, but I don't know anyone by that name. I know I'm not the only one down here, however. I hear voices now and then from across the canal. Sounds like they're coming from the northwest. Alright, farewell. The wobbly little tent is barely standing. Alright, Aeon nods in greeting. Anything else I can do for you? Yes, we need to talk about your past. Aeon's expression falls. Yes? I've told you what happened. I only beg you not to tell anyone. Alright, so I can make him face the Duke's justice, or take him prisoner, or attack him. Releases the breath he was holding. Yes, let's. Alright, no. Just take some money and get out of here. Here, this should be enough to buy your passage out of Defiance Bay. Aeon stares at you in disbelief. But this is... I cannot possibly... His face twists as he struggles for words. This would see me out of the city, and well, away. This will save me. I'm not sure I could ever thank you enough, but here, take this. I hope it's some use to you on your journey. You have my lasting gratitude, friend. I should get ready. Alright, well at least we got something out of it. Hopefully he comes back. Plus 0.1 to crit damage multiplier. That's not so bad. Let's give that to Aloth.
Yeah.
This wobbly little
I
tent
shall be
is barely
quiet as a
standing.
calm
Yes,
sea,
yes.
which
Clean
is
that was
not
and still
very
is.
quiet.
Okay, some book. The smouldering fire is strewn with the meager remains of a recent meal. Fish bones, a molded rind of cheese, and a blackened bread crust. There's camping supplies too. So we get +4 accuracy. So that Gallant's focus was pretty good. But I doubt it stacks. Who knows, it might stack with the auras of a real paladin. But I doubt it would stack if we gave everybody that modal ability. How do we get into this room? Oh, right, we've got to go this way.
And what? I'll get it open.
Oh, and it's locked.
Finished.
Ray,
Ah, those wizards. The wizards, man. They've almost killed Durance. Can I don't know how much damage that'll do to them.
Durance! He's not...
They hit him through the wall.
Let's go.
Massive wall hacks. And then they got me too. Whatever, I'm just keen to...
Roak 10!
finish up this last room and then we'll rest, so I'm not too worried about getting knocked out.
Ready, Watcher.
Yes? These ones are in for a walloping!
Dead on.
Alright.
Let's see what lies this way.
Another skeletal fighter. Crap. Durance is pretty wounded.
Dead on.
Just leave Durance outside, I don't want him to die.
Let's go. Right. Hey.
Okay. What's that? Fine scale armor. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, that's everything there. Next up would be going back to Helig of Thane, which I think we'll finish up in the next episode. Yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll catch you next time. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.